Welcome, welcome to the final day, the final 31 days. We've gone 31 days together of this I am transformation and day 31. So today I want to integrate or culminate all of these amazing I am statements that we have done over the past 31 days. So I'm going to open this up and just go through some of these because why not, right? So there is, and of course, all the dogs start barking right as I do this. But isn't that how it is? Being able to be in the space. So each one of these is a powerful way to reprogram our own lives. And so we started off with the bodies. We started off with the physical body, really creating I am statements that serve our physical body and really allowing for our physical bodies to be experienced. So much of the work that I do with individuals is about integration. A lot of our experiences, our traumas, our lives have created us to dissociate, to create separate pieces and parts of ourselves, a piece or a part of ourselves that we represent to the world versus a piece or a part of ourselves that we represent in our home lives. Sometimes, behind closed doors, there's a huge dissociation of who we actually show or reveal ourselves to be versus who we are. And so over this past 31 days, integrating that physical being, making healthy or healthful choices, or at least being aware of the choices that you are making so that you have an awareness around them. If you're going to eat things or be in a space, that you are actually aware of those actions. And so we have the mental body, and this is all about the labels that we put on our mental health, our mental awareness. We have our emotional body. And if you downloaded your human design, you will see that some of you or some of us actually have what is called an emotional authority. And if you have an emotional authority in your human design chart, it is very, very important, as is all of us, to realize the importance and the play of our emotions in our lives. If you make decisions based on your emotional authority, it is so vastly important to really create an understanding of what are your emotional baselines. How do you start getting more into emotional equanimity or, neutrality in your emotions? And neutrality does not mean dull. Our baseline is pure love, joy, and a feeling of divine connection. That's our equal. That's our neutral. It is not this lower aspects of like being dull or boring. So realizing that all of these aspects are vastly important. And then we dove in a lot to the spiritual qualities of who and what we are. We connected with the ether spirit or our spiritual vortex. So much of what I wanted this past 31 days to be about is really connecting to our divine being, which is why this statement, the I am statement today, is I am a divine being. And just sitting in that space. Divinity really is that oneness or the Godhead or the connection. And if God is in everything and in everyone, and it's made up, all the little particles are God, then then we as an awakened and aware individual have the opportunity to recognize that we are then a divine being. If we kind of adorn ourselves with the knowing that this is possible, then we can start integrating all of our parts and pieces into this. And so this is what the magical mothering method really is this way to really integrate who and what we are so that we can become financially sustainable, so that we can share our gifts, so that we can create a lifestyle that is truly in alignment with our divine will through our human design, living and playing in a space of pleasure versus struggle, frustration, bitterness, resentment, anger, right? Instead of choosing to do the same things that no longer serve us or work for us, really creating an atmosphere to play in so that we can thrive, so that we can release the skills and the resources that are not serving us anymore and utilize and bring in the resources that will serve us from here on out. So I have absolutely loved waking up every morning and just sharing time and space with you and really being in a way that we can connect and just focus in on the day, create some breathing for ourselves, create an atmosphere. So I've been asked quite a bit, what next? Well, what's next is if you are excited about kind of diving more into this, I really welcome you into the Magical Mothering Method. This is 13 months of every week, new resources, new aspects. If you've done previous programs with me, the Magical Mothering Method has so much more. It is not the same as any other program I've done. We touch on a few of the basics or foundational aspects, and then we go into whole new realms with the additional 5 chakras. So I will be working on a Magical Mothering Method book that will be released hopefully at the end of this year or sometime closely to that. There is a chakra box. These are healing crystals, chakra potions, workbooks, and video links, along with weekly text message support from me personally, a monthly group healing session, or the option of private one-on-one weekly or monthly sessions. And this is really a way to take all of this past month that we've been doing and integrate it into your life in a very real and tangible way. And so if you started already getting into this practice of really being aware and mindful, I welcome you to join in with this and to create some more time and space for your personalized healing. So thanks so much for joining in the past 31 days. This has been an absolute blast. I am excited to create more resources and to create more community and more connection. So be on the lookout for that. I will most likely take a little bit of a break for the summer just to allow for those who are doing the program to be able to continue in through that process and focus in on that. And then creating some new resources for the autumn while we're getting our rhythms and recentered after our summer of play. So I'm looking forward to being more involved. And if you'd like to continue in the community, if you'd like a space to share your thoughts and share your lessons, share your journeys in a way that is not distracted by all the other social media, please feel free to join in the Magical Mothering Mighty Networks group, magical-mothering.mn.co. And this is really a space where we can share without the fear of any judgment, without the fear of any condemnation, but really just a space where we can share openly what is going on right now in our journeys, maybe before we even learn the lessons, right? There's not a lot of spaces that we can go through and really share what it is that we're going through right now in a space where we're not going to be given a bunch of advice or a bunch of aspects, but just being heard and just being in a space where maybe an offering of a resource that helped somebody else in their journey move through that experience in a way that allowed for it to integrate more deeply and more fully. So thanks so much again for being here. I appreciate you. I love you. And I am so grateful for our time together. And I will see you all very soon. Have a beautiful and blessed day.